Sup y'all, it's your host Nux, and today, even though I have a bit of a cold, and I was planning on pushing off recording until later in the week because, I'll feel better by then, but you know what, screw that. Guys, we're getting a lot of Fate stuff. So, here's a list of the top 5 Fate franchise stuff coming out in 2017. So, this is super exciting to me because the Fate franchise was always one of my favorite franchises. Fate Zero was a freaking masterpiece which kicked it off in my mind. And to tell you 100% of the truth, the whole well-defined concept of the Grail War and the Servants and the Noble Phantasms and the Masters and all that, fighting it out, is a concept that I truly love. So, out of these 5, one of them's bound to do a good job, right? Right, I hear that enthusiasm. Alright, so quickly, 5th place, Fate Kaleid, Liner, Prisma, star Ilya, getting a movie. So it was announced the end of Ilya Dry that it's getting a movie, which is exciting, I guess, for those Ilya fans, and I'm not really one of them. Never such a big fan of this weird Yuri version of Fate, but if it's your cup of tea, then enjoy the movie, I hope. I mean, I'll probably check it out, reluctantly as that may be. However, the next 4 are way cooler. So 4th place is not as cool as the next 3, but it's decent, I guess. It's Fate Grand Order. So you're like, oh, Nux, Fate Grand Order was released December 31st, so technically, it was a 2016 show. So now, my foolish subscriber will know. That was called Fate Grand Order's First Order, and by the fact that it's called First Order, it means there will be Second Orders and Third Orders. Obviously, that's not everything I'm basing it on. There's a lot of stuff going around that it's getting sequels, like here and there, and it's exciting to me because while I wasn't such a fan of the First Order, hopefully it will be better in the future now that it has a defined story. Anyway, they're in the future time of 2015, where magic and stuff is still around, and there was unfortunately this weird observation that humanity would become extinct in 2017, which, in case you didn't know without me telling you, that's really bad news. I mean, really bad news. Trust me. 2017's here already, and freaking don't want humans to go extinct, because that would suck for all of us. Especially Attack on Titan's getting a sequel after like 4 years of waiting. I mean, dudes, come on. Don't kill us now. All that aside, so they have these 48, pretty decent guys to send to the past, except out of these 48, there's this one guy that's a prick and stupid and falls asleep in lectures and stuff. So, of course, he's the only one that gets sent to the past for whatever reason. And his servant's a girl. They fall in love. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but the bottom line is, it wasn't awesome because they had to introduce an entire storyline in an hour and 12 minutes. And truthfully, it's hard to do that. So, hopefully, the next stuff is going to be better. I'm not holding my breath. But let's hope that Fate Grand Order becomes an actual thing, because now they're, constantly going to be going on missions to different pasts to save stuff and different Grail Wars with different servants, and servants are cool, so I'm taking a really long time on this weird Grand Order thing that isn't nearly as good as the next 3, so let's move on. In 3rd place, Fate Stay Night, the Heavens Feel route. So you're like, what? You're kidding me. The Heavens Feel arc is 3rd place. What's gonna be that? So let me explain briefly. Fate Stay Night is a story that we've visited several times so far. In the past, I've visited 3 times that I can recall. The original Fate Stay Night, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, the movie, and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works UFO Tables series, which was better than the movie by a hell of a lot. Anyway, UFO Table, the aforementioned studio, is making Heavens Feel, which is really cool. Issue, they're making it in 2 movies. I always prefer a series. They can flesh everything out. It's more exciting to watch it over an extended period of time. More hype. But look, if they're gonna make 2 movies, I ain't gonna complain. It's way better than nothing, definitely. And I'm excited to see what happens in this arc, because it's an arc I haven't really visited in the past. I'm sure the animation will be beautiful, especially because movies generally do have more money poured into them. Bits and pieces of what's gonna happen, but as far as the major badassery is unknown. I'm super excited for it. I'm sure you all are as well. And let me please tell you my number 2. It's Fate Extra's Last Encore. What's more exciting about this to me is, well, the simple reason that it's not movie, and it's not exactly with Shirou, because I don't know about you guys, but I personally think Shirou's a putz. I think everyone pretty much agrees, but if you're that one weird guy that likes Shirou, good for you. But Fate Extra Last Encore is not getting a Shirou. So if it's not getting a Shirou, you're probably wondering to yourself, hey, how could Fate live on without Shirou? And the simple method is, now we have Hakuno. And unfortunately, he wakes up in the virtual world and he's like, where the flip am I? And he has to fight for survival in a war that he doesn't get, but it's probably a holy Grail War or something. And good news is Saber is in it, which is definitely good news for me because I am a huge Saber fan ever since the original Fate Stay Night, and I think they're mixing two tropes that we all love so much. The death game trope with the wake up in another world trope with no memories. They had to put this in Fate too, but really I'm not complaining. Truth of the matter is, they give me something with Fate in the name and I'll definitely check it out. Good news is, the general director for Fate Extra is Akiyuki Shinbo, the general director of Madoka Magica, a series I also really liked. And if the direction for Fate Extra will be anything like Madoka Magica, definitely great news for me. Now, let's talk number one, because tell you the honest truth, I didn't think this was ever gonna happen, and I am so excited it did. It's Fate Apocrypha. This is the reason why I'm making this list. This news came out yesterday. Maybe by the time this video comes out, it came out 2 days ago. But God, I can't believe that this is happening. This was always that one Fate game that I never thought would be made into a series, except freaking made into a series. Now, the studio is A1 Pictures. That's good and that's bad. Good news is the animation and music is generally good. Bad news is, if they veer from the source material, I'll kill their faces. I mean, I'm so worried. Whenever I see A1 Pictures gets the rights to well-based show, it scares the living shit out of me. Anyway, as far as music, Masaru Yoyoyama, which is a cool name, who wrote the music to Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso, is taking this one. So I'm sure we're gonna get some good feeling music there as well. The series composition is also being taken care of by Yuichiro Higashide, which is great! He's the author of Fate Apocrypha, so hopefully they will not be going way off the source material, because hopefully Yuichiro will prevent them from leaving his own story, as he is the series composer. And as far as the director, which is less exciting news in my mind, Yoshiyuki Asai, the director of Charlotte. Now, Charlotte was decent and whatever, but the direction was not so great in that show. I mean, it was sloppy as hell. Hopefully we'll balance it out between the series composer and the director. A1 Pictures won't go crazy, and we'll get an amazing show. That's the dream. Anyway, enough about the background stuff. You want to know what the hell is happening in Fate Apocrypha, and I'm so excited because it's not another typical Grail War. And it doesn't take place in Fuyuki City. It's an alternate timeline that hopefully will not have Shirou. I mean, I'm not holding my breath or anything, but you know how this happens, but hopefully not. The Grail is stolen from Fuyuki by Igra Millennia, which is a pretty exciting name, I guess. And, well, and with a lot of trying to get it back and stuff, they trigger this massive Grail War, which has, wait for it, 14 servants! That's right. And there's two teams, which is awesome, the Black Faction and the Red Faction. And it's more than just our typical Saber, Rancer, Archer, Berserker, Caster, Rider, Assassin. But I think that's all of them. Anyway, we're also getting a Ruler, and we are also hopefully getting an Avenger. There are also these good guys and bad guys. Oh, God! If this is anywhere nearly how hype I'm making it sound, I will be so excited. And all right, 2017, bring it on. I do.